Hello, folks. This is Joe from My Geek Scene. I'm here at the Grand Rapids Comic Con with James Elmer, a.k.a. Gym Cosplay. James, how are you doing today, sir?
I am doing wonderful. How are you?
Not too bad. You are a hard man to track down. No, it's not bad. It's just like it got me to do exercise, and yeah. Yes. So for those of you who can't figure out, James here is a cosplayer extraordinaire. He's done some pretty cool characters in the past, like obviously Vegeta, Guts from Berserk, which I was really happy to see. That was so fun. I took a photo of him last year as what I dubbed Shredded Shredder, and much more. And All Might from My Hero Academia. So, first question I usually ask to most cosplayers: what was your first exposure to cosplay, sir?
Asen. Yes, Asen.
I've never been there.
What?
No, dude. My Geek Scene. I'm like Michigan. You know, haven't been to Asen. I've heard so much about it. I definitely want to check it out.
It's a blast. It's way different from a con like this because it's Asen's Anime Central. But yeah, my first ever con, 2015. Somebody posted on Facebook, a buddy of mine, and just who wants to go to Asen. I didn't know what Asen was, and I just said me. And from then on, I was sold.
Nice, dude. Because most people, they'll put down the comment like, "Yeah, I'll go," and they never follow through. But you actually did, so my hat's off to you.
Yeah, well, this is a buddy that I hadn't got to see in a very long time.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, I wanted to hang out with him. So.
Okay, so what drew you to cosplay?
I started when I knew that I was going to go to Asen. It was about a month away, and I had always been into anime growing up and stuff like that. So I started looking it up because the more characters you know, the more fun you're going to have at a convention. So I looked up stuff, and I ended up I look like Guile. I can frown. He frowns.
Or you could be the angry video game nerd if you're doing the frowning too.
Right.
And, you should totally do like subset. You should totally do a jacked angry video game nerd because you got the frown part down.
Be good. It's like my natural face.
So I'm sorry, as you were saying.
But I got to go and got to cosplay, and the lack of animosity in the cosplay community. Because like with my PTSD and stuff like that, I can't go to bars because it's always just bros looking to fight bros. Like if you can't bump into someone, step on someone's shoes, everyone's mad at everybody. And the lack of animosity in the community itself is what really sold me. I mean, anyone can cosplay anything from anything. Like it doesn't matter if you're using $400 worth of Warbler or if you made it out of cardboard and duct tape. Like that's equal. It's still awesome.
I agree.
The creativity is what really blew me away, because you could see two characters that are from the same anime, but two different people built these. So you get to see, I don't know, it's the creativity of it too.
No, that's what I definitely like about cosplay myself. Yeah, I like it when people do like their standard costumes, but I like the mashups or the unique spins that people put on. Like today I saw like a Bowsette, Japanese high school delinquent version of it.
Oh my God.
It was awesome. She even had like the long trench coat.
Of course.
With like Queen on the back, and it was like, and Karmada Cosplay, you're awesome. She knocked that out in a week, dude. And I was just like, whoa, you know.
It's not a con without the crunch.
Oh, God, don't even get me started on that. So, what does cosplay mean to you?
What does it mean? Cosplay. The word cosplay? Or
okay,
cosplay in general?
Yeah, cosplay in general. I mean, I guess if we're going to go literal, you can go with that route, too.
I mean, what does it mean to me?
What does it embody for you?
I think when I think cosplay, I think of the community immediately. I think of all my friends that I've met along the way and who I look forward to seeing every time at a con.
Okay, that's a good answer. First character that you cosplayed as?
Guile. I want to say it was Guile.
Was it Guile?
I think it was Guile.
Because the very first time I ever saw you was you were dressed as Free from...
Oh, man, yeah.
That was in Youmacon 2015, I think, when I first encountered you.
Yep.
And I was like, when I looked at you, I was like, damn, that dude's swole, you know? But that's what went through my mind, you know? I was like, all right, and it blew my mind because, like, that was the first time I ever encountered a completely muscular cosplayer. And I was like, okay, I can see where he's going with that, you know? I was like, that pertains to the character in Soul Eater. And I was like, all right, you two were, the person you were with, you two were, like, totally nice to me. you know, and I was like, thanks, and I went on about my business, you know. Dream cosplay for you?
Vulcan from Smite.
Okay. I thought you meant like from Star Trek.
Oh,
like,
no.
That's not that difficult, sir.
No, you got that. No. Vulcan from Smite. I'd love to put like 150 hours into that and just dive in, and because I think that would be really fun. And Smite is like my game addiction.
Okay, never played it.
It's like League of Legends, but all of the characters that you pick are all gods from different religions.
Ah, okay. I mean, I've heard of the game. I am running a website, having a full-time job and a full-time girlfriend. It's like very little free time to do other stuff. You know, I have to spend my time doing research to try to come up with good interviews for people that I know. So instead of doing the typical, which we're doing right now at the beginning of the typical interview, but we're going to dive into some stuff. Ooh. So are there certain character aspects that you're drawn to when deciding who to cosplay as? Do you seek muscular characters? The reason why I ask this is because I've taken pictures of you, like I mentioned earlier, Guts from Berserk, Shredded Shredder, Guile, Lobo, and Free from Soul Eater.
Yes and no. I really love to cosplay characters that I have a connection with.
Okay.
So like Vegeta, that's a big one. But I also like to, when I'm cosplaying a character, I don't go to cosplay that character from that show specifically. I don't copy everything over, like item for item. I like to make it me as that character. So like if I was that character, so I try to pick characters that I can achieve that in.
So why'd you choose Guts from Berserk? Because when I saw that, I was so happy with that because Berserk, hands down, is my favorite manga series of all time. I own like the first series of anime and like all 3 movies, but like I find that story so amazing. As brutally violent as it is, and horrendous things that happen in that show and movie and series, I love Berserk. So what was it about Guts that you were drawn to?
No quit. The dude's got no quit. And that's what like fully sold me on him. And then when I started building it, that was like my first real build. First time actually building something. And Muscle Nerds gave me 2 jumbo rolls of Warbler. And they were like, go to town. And I'm like, okay. And then, yeah, I just got to building it because I didn't know if I could.
Okay.
Was another reason why I wanted to try it.
Well, actually, you did rather well.
Thank you.
And I'm not blowing smoke up your ass.
Thank you.
Like I geeked out. I think it was like JFAX of last year when I saw you as that, and I had to take that photo.
It was.
I was like, oh my goodness, like I love Berserk. And then I got to take a photo of you last year at YomaCon, and then not too long after I took a photo of you, I ran into someone in the full Berserker armur, like with the helmet.
Impressive ones.
And I was like, wow. And I'm glad that that series is getting more and more recognition. It's coming upon its like 30th anniversary, you know, and I just recently pre-ordered because now they're re-releasing the manga, but in deluxe editions, bigger deluxe editions than the.
Isn't there like 20,000 books?
There's 39 going on volume 40 pretty soon, like in the regular size editions. But now they're going to, because it's coming upon the 30th anniversary, they're releasing it in a bigger format. So like it's going to be like 3 volumes per book, and they're going to be bigger and wider to look at.
Okay.
And I'm like, because I love the artwork from that. Have you read the manga for that?
I've looked at some of them, but I haven't read them now.
Like the amount of detail that Kentaro Miura puts in there is amazing.
Really?
Like, oh, yes, and it takes like a long time for him to put out stuff. I mean, he's been doing it for going on, like I mentioned, close to 30 years. And there's times like
impressive.
He takes like extensive breaks. Like one year, he just took a whole year off just to play dating simulations, and I'm like, damn, dude. I was like, please finish this before you pass away. I'm in it for the long run. Yes. That's all I ask. You've been working on this for close to 30 years. Please finish this.
Yeah, don't die.
Don't die.
We'll be so upset.
Because, like, for those of you in the know for that series, like, you want to find, like, resolution, like, especially for Guts when he's on his revenge quest. So, I actually would like to learn a little bit more about you as a person.
Okay.
Why is Frank Zane one of your bodybuilders that you look up to? One of the bodybuilders you look up to? Is it Zane or Zane?
Zane. His aesthetic. One of the reasons I stopped bodybuilding is because once you get to a certain point in bodybuilding, you have to just become a mass monster. And I don't think that that's aesthetically pleasing. And the physique that I like to go for and especially considering cosplay, I like to go for like what I think like a 300 Spartan would look like.
Okay.
I want to look like a guy that would, be able to like, use a shield and a spear and actually have the physical capabilities. So just overall, head to toe aesthetic, Frankenstein was like, he's one of the best.
Okay. Now let's talk about your your part in the upcoming documentary, Quest of the Muscle Nerd, because I saw you were in that.
Yeah. Yep.
So what can you share that you're allowed to? What's the basic gist of it? I already know, but for the folks out there,
it is a tale of a nerd, and he's making a bodybuilding competition for other nerds in cosplay. And I was sold when he told me about that, and I was like, what? Like, I get to have a little part in this? Like even knowing about it, I was excited. And he was like, dude, yeah, come on down to Atlanta, hang out with us, and we'll shoot some stuff. And I'm like, I lost it. So I'm excited for that. I actually just got an email that I don't think I can talk about, but good things. It's nearing.
Oh, so it will actually be coming out like within the next year, potentially. Okay, I see what you're doing there.
The ball's rolling.
So, from what I understand, it was like a bodybuilding contest between two dudes in the documentary behind the scenes about it, and it took place at Dragon Con?
Yep, Dragon Con. Yeah, it kind of follows, it's kind of like a David and Goliath story. It follows one guy that's like kind of new to cosplay, and then one guy that's like heavy into cosplay, and he's got a team that can help build his cosplays and stuff like that. So.
Oh, okay. You have a judo and MMA background, so what drew you to judo?
Ooh, what drew me to judo specifically? Getting my ass handed to me by like a 75-year-old man with like just his hands, like you can just shake your hand and like boom, you're on your back. And you're like, ow, I hurt right now. And it's like in my first ever time like rolling in judo, I had already become a ranger. And I'm like, oh yeah, I can. And I was already like 4-0 in MMA. I was like, oh, I know how to fight and all this cool stuff. And I didn't know anything. I knew nothing. It's all just speed and technique, and like just the amount of ass that got handed to me. Day one, I was sold. Immediately sold.
So, what did you learn about yourself through martial arts? Deep retrospective questions with Joe Hubbard.
Yeah, I love them. How far I can go without quitting. That and being just humble. You eat humble pie every day. When I trained at Syndicate in Vegas, I'm really good at taking people down and grinding it out. Like I can just whoop on people on the ground. So they would bring in Syndicate would bring in everybody that was about to fight for the UFC. They would bring in Roy Nelson. They'd bring in Stephan Bonner. And I'd roll with these guys because they might be fighting a wrestler, and they just want me to grind them out. So I was like getting fed to these lions, but like, so getting your ass handed to you every single time is just humble pie every single day. Like no matter how good you think you are, there is someone that is dedicated their life to this art, and they're better than you. That's it.
Well, so that actually, you've already answered part of my next question. Like, which pros did you train with? Any other people that you trained with?
Forrest Griffin, he was awesome. Mike Pyle, he's awesome. Roxanne Matafari, she's a badass. I still remember when she spinning heel kicked me in the rib and like popped my rib out, and I was just like, you can't show pain because then they're just gonna swarm you, and it's like, oh, that hurts. yeah, a lot of really cool people. Sean Shirk, King Mo,
the Muscle Shark. Wow, I haven't thought about that dude in a long time.
Yeah, if he wants to take you down, he'll take you down.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt that one bit.
That's all there is to it. He'll just like touch your forehead and then your heel somehow, and then your feet are in the air, and you're like, oh.
Yeah, but not if I'm in my car. Good job, Sean.
Yeah, I feel like he can take down a car. I don't know, man.
You've heard it first. Did you have any favorite MMA fighters?
Man, these are really good questions.
Thanks, dude. I tried. That's what I'm known for. No, I'm not cocky, folks. I really do a lot of research and work.
I don't think I can narrow it down to a favorite.
Favorite fighters, not just one. throw some out there. I liked Carlos Condit back in the day.
Carlos Condit was fun to watch.
Before he got busted for steroids and stuff. Anderson Silva was one of my favorites.
Genki Sudo.
Oh my God, I loved Genki Sudo's entrances and the fact that he could always back it up, dude.
Absolutely.
I mean, do you know what he's doing now?
No.
He's doing. He's part of this. He has a music project. And I think it's, I want to say One World. So, like, he and his dance crew, while he's doing the song, they do intricate dance movements. And it's like, it's interesting videos to watch visually and stuff like that. But like, from Pride back in the day, Genki Sudo, I was like, I like this guy.
Yeah, he sold me when he came out with the flag that said, "We are all one."
Oh, okay.
And it was just a flag of all of the flags. And I was like, this dude's awesome, and he has fun when he's fighting. Like my last fight for the Orleans Casino, I came out to the chicken dance.
I liked it when he came out to Wild Thing.
Yes.
Giving homage to Major League.
Yes. Oh my God. Yes.
Genki Sudo was awesome back in the day.
Yeah.
Man, I was not expecting Genki Sudo to come up. So
well, I had to really think back, like an actual my favorite fighters, man. Genki Sudo was.
Did you have any others?
He was up there pretty high, but now to watch, I like the Diaz's just because they're hilarious.
Not a huge fan.
You either love them or hate them. That's all.
Because of how disrespectful they are. I'm just like, oh.
I'm speaking specific from watching them fight because they make the fight their fight, no matter who they're fighting. They can take someone like they can be like fighting someone that's way better than them, but they will still use their technique and talk shit and smack them and bring them out of their game.
I have massive respect for what they've accomplished. I really do. Don't get me wrong. They're both great fighters, but it's just like I'm not a huge fan of like completely disrespecting your opponent, like
right,
especially to that level.
Oh yeah, I'm sure if I met him in real life, I'd probably hate him. I don't know.
No, I'm pretty sure like if you met him in real life and you talk with them and stuff like that, they once they got to know you, I'm pretty sure they'd be pretty chill with you.
Stop and slap me. I'd be upset. And I wouldn't be able to do anything about it.
Oh, well, yeah. Especially if you tried doing a double leg takedown and slaps on a guillotine.
Slap some more. Just keep slapping me. I just get more mad.
Oh man. So, since you do have like a traditional martial arts background, and since MMA's been popular for so long, do you feel that there's still a need for traditional martial arts? I've asked this question of a few times of people with martial arts backgrounds.
I would love it if everyone studied traditional martial arts for the respect. You learn respect. As soon as you realize that there are people out there that can just put their shin on your head like that, and you have the ability to do that, there's no more there's no more need for aggression. And I think the more people understand martial arts as respect, like as a sport, the less apt they are to just fist fight people for no reason.
Yeah, no need to be Billy Badass.
No, at all. It takes a lot, like to determine who Billy Badass is. The guy throwing the punches is probably not him. It's more likely the guy that's like trying to defuse the situation without.
I would agree with you in that, because I do have like a traditional martial arts background with Praying Mantis Kung Fu under Master Lee in Grand Rapids and stuff like that. And like our Sifu, he just wants us to be good people, and like it was like, don't wear your class shirt when you go into a bar, because if you fight, you better win. He doesn't say this, but like if you lose, not only it makes you look bad, but it makes your school look bad, And like, I mean, I've been out since I've been doing my geek scene for like the past 3 years. I've put on weight and I've been like making cameo appearances in classes, but I have truly enjoyed doing Kung Fu for like prior to like my geek scene for like 9 years straight, and I learned a lot about myself. I'm not like really one of those people like, yeah, I gotta go work out, but I've enjoyed like being able to. I love doing techniques. Don't get me wrong, but I'm not. I've enjoyed like the exercise from it and learning how to defend myself. Yeah, and he just wants us to be good people.
Absolutely, and that's what most of them are about.
I mean, it's like this 80-plus-year-old Chinese dude who's like walks around rather well for a person his age, and like he still has the strongest shake I have ever encountered. Like, if he wants to put it on, he'll put it on you. Like, he'll bring you to your knees. And it's like, he's a scary dude, but super nice.
Absolutely.
Same thing, like, with my top 2 instructors, like Rick and John. Like, Rick's like a yoga instructor, one of the most kind people that you could ever meet, but I would not ever try to fight that dude. And I'm not trying to come, like, because, like, some people do get into that cult mentality, like, oh, they're invincible. But I just know my betters, and I know well enough not to go fight people that will destroy me. And also, just because I have a martial arts background doesn't mean I'm Billy Badass either, because, like, my Mantis style, we don't have a ground game. So if I'm taken down, I'm screwed. You know, so I definitely don't try getting into fights. I wanted to learn martial arts just to defend myself and the people I care about, if need be. Thankfully, I've never had to get into that position, but it's just like, nowadays it's like, please give me like 45-minute to an hour stretch session so I can put my foot above my head, you know? It's like, please, can we hold off on this for a moment?
Let me just
stretch.
Muscle. I don't want to pull a muscle.
Yeah, I got to warm up first, bro. So, I would like to dive into other things that you like. Favorite anime series?
You keep hitting me with favorites. I have favorites for different reasons, but man, My Hero Academia just keeps coming to the front. It's so inspirational. I like try to watch that before bed. I'll get all teary-eyed. I'm like, thank you. I get way too hype about that. Anything inspirational, it just gets me.
Nice, dude. So, what are you currently watching besides that?
I just started. I mean, I just finished a bunch, but I just started the first episode of. Is it the Blue Exorcist? Is that it?
Okay. I'm familiar with the property. Have not watched it.
Okay.
Do you generally watch it subbed or dubbed?
It depends. I would prefer subbed because you get just a couple extra sentences, and then they can form characters different. Like Goku to Goku is like 2 different characters. But I prefer subbed, but I can't hear Japanese. Like, and understand it. So if I have to do something, if I'm doing anything, I have to do dubbed.
No, I completely. It depends on the series. I can go back and forth. I've never been one of those gatekeeper morons. Like, you're watching it dubbed. Like, to quote Filthy Frank, "You're not up to my Japanese expertise level." When he did the Weeaboos video, which is hilarious, and it's kind of mean at points, but it's spot on with like some people in that community.
Really?
I'm like, get over yourselves. Like, we all like anime, so if some people like watching it in English, let them.
Yeah,
If some people like watching in the original language, awesome. Honestly, I couldn't imagine watching Cowboy Bebop sub though. I think it has. You've never seen Cowboy Bebop?
I've seen 7 episodes, maybe.
Dude, it has like probably by far one of the best dubs of all time.
Really?
Oh yeah, for sure, hands down. It's amazing. It's only 26 episodes.
Is it really?
Yeah, self-contained story. It's not like our shonen mangas of now. Anime series of today. Like, obviously, My Hero is like 50 plus into it. No, Cowboy Bebop's 26 episodes, self-contained. I would highly recommend checking it out.
I'll bang that out for sure. I'll finish that before I watch the Blue Exorcist.
Yeah, and it actually has a movie too that you don't have to watch, but it does take place at during a specific part in the series. I don't want to spoil it for you.
All right.
But watch it dubbed. It's an amazing series. So, another favorite question. Favorite video games of all time?
Favorite video? Oh, man. Old school Halo.
Okay.
Halo when it was the 3-shot pistol. Pow, pow, pow. When you'd bring your Xbox over to your friend's house and connect them together. That, and then Smite.
Okay.
Smite.
So, what are you currently playing right now? Is it Smite?
Red Dead Redemption. I mean...
1 or 2?
2.
I just started playing 1.
Really?
Yeah, well, because, like...
I didn't even like 1.
Here's the thing about that. It's like, for years, I've always saw, like, it pop up, like, on my PlayStation Network.
Yeah.
Red Dead Redemption. I was like, get around to it eventually. And then when I saw, like, the gameplay for 2, I was like, damn, dude, that looks really, really good. I know it's a prequel to the first one, but I probably should find and play the first one. So I found the Game of the Year edition for like $26, brand new.
Nice.
And I was like, all right, I'm gonna use cheat codes on this specifically so I can get through the story.
There you go.
And go enjoy, and then finally get into 2. But like so far, it's not bad. I mean, I can see because some of the things that they did in Red Dead Redemption 1 was refined in like Grand Theft Auto 5, like the random encounters
Gotcha.
that you would happen, you know, in the strangers and freaks sections of Grand Theft Auto 5. I see that the seeds were planted in Red Dead Redemption. I feel the gameplay's a little clunky at times, but I'm enjoying the story so far. Play through that and then finally get to Red Dead Redemption 2. But how is Red Dead Redemption 2?
Immersive. That's the best word I can use to describe it. Super immersive.
It looks awesome.
I'm like 27% into the game, and I've been playing that. I'm probably 60 hours into that damn thing.
Wow, dude. So
because I veer. I just go everywhere. As soon as they let me go off on my own, went off on my own.
Man, it's just like I'm even debating on like getting an Amazon, signing up for an Amazon credit card so I can get the $50 prepaid gift card just to
there you go. I mean, there
and they
it
get
is.
the game for $9.98
Can't
plus
afford
tax.
not to at that point.
I'm not going to afford to buy the game, but it's just like I really don't want another credit card because like this has nothing to do with the interview, but I have zero debt and I don't plan on like having more
Congrats
credit cards.
on that.
Oh yeah, dude. No, debt. I would agree with what this dude said. Debt is a new form of slavery. So I try to be in as little debt as possible.
Yep.
So the final favorite question. Favorite song / album by Amon Amarth.
Ooh.
Amon Amarth, sorry.
Amon Amarth, yeah. I can't pick a favorite. I can't pick. It depends on the mood. That's all. It depends on. I can't. Not even close. Not even close to picking a favorite.
Wow, you're really helping me out here, bro.
I'm sorry, I can't. I love them all. Yeah, no, I can't do it.
Okay, I mean, because like I'm familiar with the Viking metal band. I haven't really heard a whole lot by them, but I definitely recognize like their logo for sure, and I have respect for what they do. I mean, what other bands do you like?
Flow. I don't have the best memory for titles, like names.
Okay.
I'm very bad with that, but that's with getting too many concussions.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, do you like tend to go towards the metal genre, you know, or is it just music that applies to your mood?
Applies to my mood a lot because sometimes J-pop, sometimes Diplo, sometimes screamy metal.
Nice.
I switch it up a lot. Sometimes country.
Only Johnny Cash. Only Johnny Cash need apply. Everyone else, no. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna we'll be done with all the favorite questions. So I did want to talk about what is the CosFit community.
Ooh, it is. Man, I'm so proud of everybody in the CosFit community. It's a group we started 6 months ago now, and it's cosplay fitness community. It's just a judgment-free area where you can have goals, ranging from wanting to become like getting on stage at 2% body fat, or if you just want to just learn how to walk upstairs without getting out of breath. You can have goals that range all everywhere, and it's just such a cool group of people. It's supportive people. Sorry, I get emotional about it thinking about it.
Dude.
There's so many cool before and afters already, and it's only 5 months. And the people say man, they make a post and say, hey, I just lost, I'm down 30 pounds so far, and I just want to thank Jim and June because they're and they thank us for making it happen. We didn't do that. Knowledge doesn't change action. They did that. They did all the steps. They are the ones that told themselves, they made the positive changes. They did it. You know what I mean? They chose the broccoli over the donuts and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They chose the stairs over the escalator.
Broccoli is delicious.
That.
Broccoli is very delicious.
Yeah.
One of my favorite vegetables of all time. I'm dead serious.
But yeah, man, it's a really cool community of cosplayers and people that aren't cosplayers. Just looking to get in better shape.
And this is a Patreon page, I take it?
Yep. We go through Patreon. It was designed through Patreon because I wanted to. Health and fitness is expensive. Personal trainers, crazy expensive. It's just, and it shouldn't be. Health should be much easier for everyone to reach, and it upset me that it is so expensive. So came up with Patreon. So for $5, you get I post workouts I post recipes, ideas, stuff like that. And since it's only $5, like you can afford that $5 a month. And because so many people are supporting, I can spend more and more time doing that. So
Okay.
I try to come out with like 4-week workouts every month.
Nice.
That you can go hit. And
don't get me wrong. I agree that it would be expensive and stuff, but at the same time, if you're good at something, there's that old saying: if you're good at something, don't do it for free. You should be compensated for the time and effort that you're putting into this. And like if you're giving them tier levels, that's awesome, so they can decide like what they want to do. You're at least giving them something, but you're not like putting all that work out there for free, because I'm pretty sure that would eventually, while it may be motivating, you would burn yourself out.
right,
You know?
yeah, and I learned that. I learned that right away because I bit off more than I could chew. Because I have a passion for it. I really have a passion for helping people be the best of them, and they don't even know what that best part is yet. Like they don't know how far they can, what they're capable of. But I do. I know what they're capable of. So I want them to reach that so bad that I stretched myself a little bit thin. But we go through Patreon, but that's more so just kind of a stepping stone, because it's hard to share stuff on Patreon. So that actually gets you into if you get in tier 2 or above, you go into the Facebook group. In the Facebook group, we're much more active. I can share videos easier and all that stuff.
Oh, okay. All right. So, as we're wrapping this up, any advice that you would like to give to fellow cosplayers?
Seek failure. Seek it. You learn from it. That's how I learned how to build all of my cosplays, is by failing a ton of times. Watching YouTube videos and trying it on my own, failing, trying it on my own, failing, learning, burning my fingers, learning. So don't be afraid of failing. A lot of people won't start a cosplay because they think they'll fail. I start a cosplay because I think I'll fail. So yeah, that's what I would say, is just like, don't be afraid of failing. Like, seek it, because you're going to learn from it.
Okay. Any fellow cosplayers that you would love to give a shout out to? A certain Mayday cosplay.
May, man, May's awesome.
May has been awesome, though.
May is great. May is super great. Didn't you say you did an interview where she did a translation?
Oh, yeah. May, if you're watching this, which I highly doubt because, well, I'm boring. No, I'm not.
I'm going to make her May.
Yeah, thanks to May, I was able to accurately introduce my interview with David Hayter in Japanese. So thank you. Thank you for that. It was an invaluable service. I appreciate you, and I definitely will give you a shout out when I post that video. Even though by the time this comes out, that video will have already been out.
Army Vet Girl, my fiance June.
Okay.
I could not do the cosplay community without her. She has been amazing, and she's incredible. And her before and after, mentally and physically, is so impressive, and it's just inspiring.
That's awesome, dude. You two have always been super nice to me. So
You've always been super nice.
Well, I'm not always super nice.
No?
No. Not everyone can be super nice all the time. If I see that someone is super nice all the time, it makes me think like, wow, you have repression issues. It's like, I want to be as far away from you as possible, because there's going to be that day you're like,
dangerous.
Yep. So final, if people wanted to find out more about you online, where could they go?
Instagram, Gym_Cosplay.
But how do you spell
GYM?
GYM.
Yeah.
Okay. JIM. There should be someone that put in JIM and but no, I'm this, and that person's getting all the followers and stuff like that, and something similar to you, some other buff dude named Jim.
Yeah.
Well, James, thank you so much for this interview.
Thank you.
Well, folks, this is Joe from My Geek Scene here with James Elmer, aka Gym Cosplay at the Grand Rapids Comic Con. Take it easy.